Hello and a warm welcome to World This Week by Latest Laws. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos. My name is Vasvi Bhatia and let's begin with Supreme Court this week.
The Supreme Court has allowed quashing of proceedings in a rape case wherein a parallel settlement was made via mediation while the prosecution case was in continuation. The Supreme Court issued a notice to the centre on a plea challenging the constitutionality and validity of Section 5, Subsection 4 of the Maternity Benefit Act 1961 that states adoptive mothers will be eligible for maternity leave only if they adopt children who are less than 3 months old. The Apex Court took a grim view of the UP government's act of protecting its police officer and making a man run from pillar to post for about 2 decades for justice in the encounter killing of his 19-year-old son. The Supreme Court dismissed the real estate major Supertax application to save one of the two 40-story towers in its Emerald Court project in Noida that were ordered to be razed over grave illegalities. The Apex Court came to the rescue of a student who was rusticated for attempting to organize anti-CAA protests by permitting him to give his 6th semester examination for graduation from a Lucknow-based university. Accidental snake bite deaths may be common in India, but the Apex Court on Wednesday said it is a heinous crime to use a poisonous snake as a weapon to murder an elderly woman and refused to grant bail to the accused in a case from Rajasthan. The Supreme Court called a 50-year-old civil suit as a perfect case that can be studied in law schools by students to acquaint themselves with provision of the Civil Procedure Code relating to execution of decrees. The Supreme Court said it is not satisfied with the steps taken by the Uttar Pradesh government in the Lakhimpur Kheri incident in which 8 people were killed. Dismayed at the state's handling of the case, a bench headed by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana said that the UP government didn't proceed in the manner in which it should have since it was a case of brutal murder. Next, we have the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court held that ambiguity cannot be read into a condition or clause when there exists none to make the doctrine of contra preferentum applicable. Further, even if such an ambiguity exists, then it should be construed against the drafter of the tender. In the absence of ambiguity, the plain and express meaning of the condition must be complied with. Delhi High Court held that in order to contend the application of criminal conspiracy under Section 120B and for an indictable offence to be accomplished, there is no requirement for an overt act to be done in furtherance of the conspiracy. It is the common design which gains utmost importance, and the conspiracy is to be held, continued and renewed with regard to all its members wherever and whenever any member of the conspiracy acts in furtherance of this common design. Delhi High Court held that the wide jurisdiction of the writ court to act upon equitable considerations, which Dr. Singhvi rightly reminded the court of, is one that must be exercised judicially. Courts must not play coroner, but doctors and save legal rights before they are extinguished, said the High Court of Delhi while granting bail to a terror accused who has been in jail for more than 12 years as an under trial. Next, we have the Bombay High Court. The Nagpur bench of the Bombay High Court held that throwing a chit made of paper at a married woman with the objective of expressing love for her is a sheer case of outraging modesty under Section 354 and 509 of the Indian Penal Code. The Aurangabad bench of the Bombay High Court has allowed the state-appointed committee to take charge of the Sri Sai Baba Sansthan Trust, Shirdi, from October 19th and disposed of the PIL that had sought the same. Next, we have the Punjab and Haryana High Court. The High Court of Punjab and Haryana dismissed Bollywood actor Yuvika Chaudhary's appeal to stay a case filed against her for allegedly using a casteist slur in her blog to define her messy look. Next, we have the Madhya Pradesh High Court. Madhya Pradesh High Court has scheduled National Lok Adalat on 11 December 2021. In the wake of a shootout at Rohini Court in Delhi recently, the Madhya Pradesh High Court administration has issued an order for the issuance of radio frequency identification cards to advocates, judicial officers and court staff for entry into various court premises in the state. The High Court of Madhya Pradesh has issued standard operating procedure for hybrid hearing in the High Court of Madhya Pradesh at principal seat Jabalpur and its benches at Indore and Gwalior. This standard operating procedure will be in supersession of earlier standard operating procedure dated 5th August 2021 and will come into effect from 27th September 2021. Next, we have Madras High Court. Madras High Court directed that the state must assess the extent of illegal quarrying indulged in by a person and recover the money equivalent thereof together with the imposition of penalty. The Madras High Court observed that accepting the acknowledgement of debt falls under the category of statutory presumption under Section 139 of the Negotiable Instruments Act. Next, we have the Karnataka High Court. Karnataka High Court directed the Karnataka government to take steps within a period of 15 days for providing all special children, that is, children with visual disabilities, Braille textbooks. Next, we have the Calcutta High Court. The Calcutta High Court in the case Kanchan Oil Industries Limited versus Sri Ranganathan Shukla and others, where an employer filed a writ application against the order passed by the Second Labour Court in connection with an application under Section 33C, subsection 2 of the Industrial Disputes Act 1947, observed that an illegally dismissed employee is entitled to both wages and bonus. Next, we have miscellaneous news. Delhi court granted bail to 2 of the 5 people who were accused of allegedly vandalizing the official residence of AIMIM chief and member of parliament from Hyderabad, Asauddin Owaisi. The Uttar Pradesh government announced that a retired High Court judge will probe the Lakhimpur Kheri violence and that the families of the 4 farmers killed in the incident will be given 45 lakhs compensation. The government will also give rupees 10 lakhs to those injured in the violence, said Additional Chief Secretary Home Avinash Avasthi. UP Police has registered an FIR against Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and 11 others for disturbing the peace in Uttar Pradesh. According to Hargaon Police Station SHO Brijesh Tripathi, a case has been filed against 11 including Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Devendra Hooda and Ajay Kumar Lalu under Section 107 and 16 of IPC. Retired Apex Court Judge Justice Madan Lokar, slamming the detention of political leaders in UP, said, Priyanka Gandhi is being kept illegally. He also called the Congress leader's arrest without any order as unconstitutional. The National Human Rights Commission India, headed by Justice Sri Arun Kumar Mishra, has issued an advisory to the centre and the state government in which the commission calls for fixing responsibility and accountability of local authority and contractor-employee jointly and several in case of death that occur due to manual scavenging, including hazardous cleaning. In addition to this, the commission has also advised to treat sanitary workers as frontline health workers for all purposes and made several recommendations to provide security cover and ensuring protection of human rights of persons engaged in manual scavenging and hazardous cleaning. The Taxation Laws Amendment Act 2021, inter alia, amended the Income Tax Act 1961 so as to provide that no tax demand shall be raised in the future on the basis of amendment to Section 9 of the Income Tax Act, made White Finance Act 2012 for any offshore indirect transfer of Indian assets in the transaction was undertaken before 10th May 2012. Not enough has been done by the authorities, senior lawyer Harish Salve, representing the government of Uttar Pradesh over a public interest litigation on the Lakhimpur Kheri deaths, told the Apex Court today as the state and its police force face questions over their handling of the incident. The Bar Council of Delhi ordered that all bar associations and advocates do not conduct any religious functions or programs in chamber corridors, parking area or within the precincts of court premises. Next we have international news. Marine Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller Jr. will face a misdemeanor-level special court-martial on 6 charges filed by the corps this week related to his public admonishing of American officials' handling of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, service officials announced on Wednesday. The Islamabad High Court allowed India more time to appoint a lawyer to represent Kulbhushan Jadhav to hear a review of his conviction and sentencing by a military court. Jadhav has been sentenced to death for allegedly being involved in spying. Thank you and have a nice day. This is a weekly program. To get weekly updates, like, subscribe to our channel, and for more information, check the description box.